I often get asked about home inspections and what type of inspections to have. One of those that comes up a lot is septic inspections. I almost always recommend that a buyer have a septic inspection on a property. Although it's going to set you back plus or minus about $350, $400, the reason I recommend it is the cost to either repair or install a brand new septic system is much, much, much higher than that. And so it's a good insurance policy to have done as a buyer up front. Unfortunately, I've seen some cases where a buyer has inspection done and it is going to need a whole new system. Well, fortunately for the buyer, now the seller you can go back to the seller and ask them the seller to take care of it. And if the seller says no, well, you can get out of the deal or try to renegotiate the deal. If it's not on a septic system, but it's on a sewer system, like with the city, you may want to consider having a sewer scope done to check the line from the house to the city hookup. Anecdotally, not very many of our clients do this, but the few that have done it have run into some issues. We had one last year that was almost as costly as, if not more, than a new septic inspection. The whole line had to be relined from the inside out, and I think it was upwards of like $15,000. So that sewer line inspection is a much cheaper process, but again, it can save you a lot of time and headache. And anecdotally, even on the way here today, I drove past a house I sold about a year or two ago, and we represented the seller at that point in time, not the buyer. Unfortunately, I know that the buyer's been having some issues with it, probably because of some big trees out in the yard, but I've seen Roto-Rooter there a few times, and out there right now, they're doing a bunch of work trying to get that property cleaned up. So it's definitely a recommended inspection from our perspective.